What up, world? We're your team back at it again. Welcome to episode 115. Thank you to those watching me for the first time. Hope you liked the video. Go back and check out my other ones. Maybe find something you like. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Thank you to those who've been with me since the beginning. I appreciate you guys for continuing the journey with me, helping me to get better and put out some better videos or whatever. Like I said, this is 115. Today's episode is going to be my favorite presidents in movies. The election is coming around pretty soon, so I just want to put a video about presidents in movies. There's a lot of TV presidents, but I don't really watch a lot of regular TV, so these are some of my favorite presidents from movies. The first president I'm going to talk about is President Thomas J. Whitmore. From Independence Day, Bill Pullman came out in 1996. I think he was in the military before he became president in the movie, and he got into the cockpit and actually fought against the aliens at the end of the movie, which is pretty cool. And he gave a fantastic Independence Day speech too. I think that was the highlight of the movie, in my opinion. It was a good movie though. I ain't even gonna front. But he was a good president in the movie. He actually showed that he wanted to help his country by actually fighting against the aliens, which a lot of presidents I presume wouldn't do if that happened in real life. I thought he was a great president, and I thought that his role in the movie was pretty good. His wife died and all this other stuff, and he really trekked on and became a good president in that movie. So Thomas J. Whitmore from Independence Day is going to be my first favorite movie president. My next guy is going to be President James Marshall, who is Harrison Ford from Air Force One, 1997's Air Force One. I love Harrison Ford. He's one of my favorite actors, actually. But in this movie, his Air Force One got hijacked, and he was a great Vietnam veteran whose skill was beating people up or whatever. So he had the skills to fight the hijackers or whatever. And it was one of my favorite Harrison Ford movies, actually. He was a good president, and he showed he could fight. He didn't let the terrorists take over his plane. I actually enjoyed that movie a lot. Like I said, I love Harrison Ford. It's a great action movie. And like I said, most presidents, I don't think we have any like recent presidents that were actually in the military that I can think of off the top of my head. I think George W. Bush, the second Bush, was in the National Guard or some shit. But definitely James Marshall, Harrison Ford, Air Force One, one of my favorite presidents, just because he could kick ass and he didn't let those terrorists hijack his plane. Next one is comedy. President Mays Gilliam, Chris Rock from Head of State, 2003. He didn't start off the movie as a president. He had to run for president, which I liked. He was an alderman, which is crazy. I don't think an alderman has ever been elected president like in real life. But he used his name to be the Democratic Party candidate. I guess the guy died that had his last name, and they wanted to get somebody to run against the Republican who was Sharon Stone's. He kept saying, "I'm Sharon Stone's cousin and a vice president, so I should be." It's pretty much a given that I'm the next president. And this was before the first black president, Barack Obama. They had a bunch of different scenarios where he could have got assassinated. It's a real funny movie. And Bernie Mac is his running mate, which is crazy. I don't think a brother has ever been like a vice president candidate in real life. And the motherfucker went around smacking people in the face. That shit was so funny. R.I.P. Bernie Mac. But the movie is super funny. Chris Rock is real good in it. I love the whole dynamic. And he was single. He wasn't even married. So it was a good movie. I totally recommend it if you haven't seen the movie. But Chris Rock as President Mays Gilliam, and he becomes president at the end. No spoiler, he becomes president at the end of the movie. He wins, which they wasn't expecting. He ended up finding out that they only ran him just to have a candidate, and he actually ends up winning the presidency. So it's a good movie. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. If you want to laugh, super funny. The next person is gonna be President Dwayne Elizondo Mountain Dew. Terry Crews from 2006 Idiocracy. This movie was hilarious. It is definitely a parody on, it came out before Trump, and he reminds me of Trump. That's the way he acts. He wasn't pretty much he was a wrestler or whatever. It says in the description, imagine if a pro wrestler were running for president and Vince McMahon was his chief of staff. Funny movie. He was so funny in this movie too as the president. It says he's a straight shooter, albeit off target, but is passionate in a misguided way and downright hilarious. So it's a funny movie. If you haven't seen Idiocracy, definitely check it out. Terry Crews is so funny in this movie as the president. It's like a time travel. This guy, he moves forward in time, and when he comes out of his time state or whatever, he's in the future, and everything's changed, and people have become more stupid, and he ends up being the smartest guy in the fucking world, pretty much. But definitely check this out if you haven't seen it. Definitely love it. One of my favorite comedies, and one of my favorite presidents because it's so dumb, and it mirrors what's happening today in the 4 years of Trump or whatever, in my opinion. The next guy is going to be President James Sawyer, Jamie Foxx, 2013's White House Down. This movie also has Tatum. It's a political thriller. Jamie Foxx does a good job as president. He's a black president too. Terrorists are taking over the White House, and he has to go through the White House and kill them, and a bunch of action-y stuff happens. And I'm a big fan of Jamie Foxx, and I'm also a big fan of Channing Tatum. So this was definitely one of my favorite movies because two people I like. Jamie Foxx has his moments of comedy in it. It's not a real comedic movie, but it's a action-packed movie. It's very well done actually for a movie like this. I think they made like 2 other ones after this, but he wasn't in them. And the thing about him in this movie, he doesn't like anybody touching his Jordans, which is typical for black people in their shoes or whatever, in my opinion. But definitely White House Down is a good movie, great action movie. Jamie Foxx was a good president in this movie. He didn't like them take over the White House. I thoroughly enjoyed it, I must say. And the last one is going to be Meryl Streep as President Janie Orlean in 2021's Don't Look Up. This movie was so good to me. When it came out on Netflix, I watched it like a bunch of times because it was so good. And this is the only woman on my list actually, and she reminded me of fucking Donald Trump so much. Because she didn't believe anything, and she denies everything, but then leaked video of her discussing plans goes viral or whatever, and she denies everything. It's just like she lies about everything, but she says stuff to make her look good or whatever. Pretty much just like Trump. It was a good movie if you haven't seen it. Meryl Streep is so good, and she's super funny. They said to prepare her for the role, Meryl Streep listened to news and current event podcasts, created playlists for a character, and surrounded herself with portraits of unpopular presidents. And I'm pretty sure Richard Nixon was one of them. Donald Trump was probably one of them. But she doesn't say. This is off the top of my head. She in the movie, I guess there's a comet coming towards Earth, and she makes. Just like Donald Trump did with the coronavirus, she makes it seem like it's not happening. There's nothing to worry about. Everything will go away. I think it's a very good movie. I think it shows our political field right now, or whatever. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen it. It's a real funny movie. And also, what's his name is in it? Leonardo DiCaprio is in it also. The cast is amazing, to tell you the truth. Jonah Hill's in it too. He's super funny. But definitely check it out. That's going to do it for my favorite presidents. Let me do a recap real quick. It's going to be Bill Pullman in Independence Day, President Thomas J. Whitmore, Harrison Ford, Air Force One, President James Marshall, Chris Rock, Head of State, President Mays Gilliam, Terry Crews, Idiocracy, President Dwayne Elizondo, Mountain Dew. It's a hilarious name. Jamie Foxx, White House Down, President James Sawyer, and lastly, Meryl Streep, 2021, Don't Look Up, as President Janie Lynn. Let me know who your favorite presidents for movie, even TV if you have that. Let me know what you think of the list. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, share. I appreciate you guys for watching me for about 10 minutes of your time. Hope you enjoyed the video. You could have been on anybody else's channel and decided to watch mine, so thank you very much. I'll get at y'all on the next one. Have a good one. Later.